On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Songwriter.
A person who writes songs, particularly lyrics, and music for popular music or other genres.
Examples:
Songwriter's album. Folk songwriter. The aspiring songwriter spent hours every day composing and practicing his music.
Influence.
The ability to affect someone's or something's character, growth, or behavior, or the effect itself.
Examples:
Influence a child's future. Influence the daily life. The former emperor had a particular influence even after he abdicated.
Sonic.
Connected with the nature of sound, sound waves, or the speed.
Examples:
At sonic speed. Sonic wave. That company has introduced a new aircraft that can minimize the generation of a sonic boom.
Jazz.
A type of music that originated in the African American community in the United States and that is characterized by improvisation, syncopated rhythms, and a strong emphasis on self-expression.
Examples:
Jazz club. A school jazz band. He listened to jazz music to relax after a long day at work.
Hop.
To jump lightly and quickly on one foot or both feet, to move rapidly from one place to another, to travel using an aircraft, bus, etc.
Examples:
Hop on one foot. Hop from one place to another. The rabbit hopped over the fence.
Heritage.
The culture and traditions that are passed down from previous generations.
Examples:
Heritage site. Historical heritage. The heritage of the city is reflected in its architecture.
Ancestor.
A person from whom one is descended, a forefather.
Examples:
Ancestor language. Earliest human ancestor. My remote ancestor immigrated to the United States from Ireland in the 1800s.
Genre.
A particular type or style of literature, art, music, or film that involves a particular set of characteristics.
Examples:
Genre of music. A literary genre. He is known for creating genre-busting paintings.
Soundscape.
The overall sound environment of a particular area or place.
Examples:
Soundscape music. Tranquil soundscape. The soundscape of the city was a symphony of car horns and chatter.
Unexpected.
Not anticipated or regarded as likely to happen.
Examples:
An unexpected visitor. some unexpected events. The unexpected rainstorm caused the collapse of the corral.
Inspiration.
Something that motivates or encourages someone to create or achieve something, or a feeling of excitement or creativity.
Examples.
Source of inspiration. Get inspiration from nature. He found inspiration in the works of his favorite authors.
Silent.
Without any or little sound.
Examples.
Silent reading. Give silent consent. The politician remained silent despite intense media scrutiny.
Impossibility.
The state or condition of being impossible, something that is not possible or cannot be done.
Examples.
Impossibility theorem. Impossibility of performance. According to the laws of physics, an event happening before its cause is a logical impossibility.
Participate.
To take part in something.
Examples.
Participate fully in conversation. Participate in the program. The majority of students actively participated in the college's intramural sports program.
Snippet.
A small piece or brief extract of something.
Examples.
Snippet of wisdom. Code snippet. The journalist saved a snippet of the interview for later reference.
Opera.
A drama set to music, in which the words are sung rather than spoken.
Examples.
Ballad opera. Opera performance. She loves going to the opera house and hearing the beautiful music.
Singe.
To burn something slightly or superficially, usually by mistake.
Examples.
Singe off the hair over the flames. Singe the edges of a fabric. I didn't realize the iron was still hot and singed my dress.
Pace.
The speed at which someone or something moves, or the rate at which something happens or changes.
Examples.
At your own pace. The runner's pace. The economy is growing at a supercharged pace.
Mistakenly.
In a mistaken or incorrect way, wrongly.
Examples.
Mistakenly left his keys. Mistakenly delete the important file. He mistakenly thought the red liquid was juice, but it was paint.
Recognize.
To acknowledge or realize something or someone, to identify, remember, or become aware of something that was previously known or encountered.
Examples.
Recognize talent. Recognize achievement. It's important to recognize your strengths and weaknesses.
Release.
To set free or allow to escape from confinement.
Examples:
Release a prisoner. Release CO2 into the air. The animal rights group worked to release the dolphins back into the wild.
Peter.
To fail or lose power, efficiency, or value gradually before coming to an end.
Examples:
Eventually peter out. Begin to peter out. The music just petered out.
Pitch.
The property of sound that varies with variation in the frequency of vibration, the degree of a slope, especially of a roof, short presentation for selling or sharing something.
Examples:
Make a pitch for a new product. A low-pitched sound. Her voice gradually increased in pitch.
Rev.
A measure of the rate at which an engine or motor rotates, often expressed in revolutions per minute, RPM, verb, to increase the number of rotations per minute.
Examples:
Low rev engine. Rev up the crowd. He stepped on the gas pedal, and the engine released a loud rev.
Underneath.
Under or below something else.
Examples:
Underneath the surface of the water. Underneath the laughter. The penny fell underneath the piano.
Brain.
The organ inside the head that is responsible for one's movement, thought, memory, and feeling.
Examples:
Basic brain function. Permanent brain damage. X-rays revealed a small tumor in his brain.
Juxtapose.
To place two or more things side by side, often to compare or contrast them or to create an effect of surprise or incongruity.
Examples:
Juxtapose images. Juxtapose two ideas. The artist likes to juxtapose different styles and colors in her paintings.
Incredible.
Unbelievable, extremely large.
Examples:
Incredible amount. At incredible speed. Her response revealed incredible idiocy.
Technique.
A particular way or art of doing something that needs skill.
Examples:
A technique in martial arts. The technique applied to construction. Jockey's superior technique brought him victory.
Inspire.
To make somebody feel with the desire, confidence, or enthusiasm, especially to do something creative.
Examples:
Inspire a feeling of curiosity. Inspire him to write a novel. The unique style of this martial arts inspired many action film producers.
Intuitive.
Obtained through feelings rather than facts or proof.
Examples:
Intuitive eating. Intuitive judgment. I had an intuitive feeling that I might be pregnant.
Integral.
Necessary to make a whole, complete, essential, or fundamental, combining with something else to form a whole. Noun, of mathematics, a fundamental concept in calculus that represents the area under a curve between 2 points on a graph.
Examples:
Integral function. Integral component. Effective communication is an integral part of any successful team.
Origin.
The first existence or beginning of something.
Examples:
Origin of all humankind. A manuscript of uncertain origin. There are various hypotheses concerning the origin of life.
Empire.
A group of countries ruled by one leader or government.
Examples:
Empire building. Empire of the Maya. He has built a thriving e-commerce empire.
Ancient.
Relating to the long ago, particularly the historical period preceding the fall of the Western Roman Empire, very old.
Examples:
Pre-Christian ancient. Ancient stories. They have been living near water since ancient times.
Priest.
A person who performs religious duties and ceremonies, especially in the Christian faith.
Examples:
Priest in clerical garb. Faithful priest. He was ordained as a priest in the Catholic Church.
Orthodox.
Following or conforming to the traditional, normal, or commonly accepted beliefs, ideas, or activities of or relating to Judaism, of or relating to the Eastern Orthodox Church.
Examples:
An orthodox doctrine. Orthodox thought. He challenged the orthodox views on business.
Tradition.
A belief, custom, or way of doing something that has been passed down from generation to generation within a group or society.
Examples:
A tradition of a culture. Against tradition. It is a tradition in many families to have a big Thanksgiving dinner with all their relatives.
Church.
A building or institution dedicated to religious worship or activities, a Christian religious organization or denomination.
Examples:
Church bell. Small church. The church on the corner is hosting a free community meal tonight.
Enormous.
Extremely large or great.
Examples:
Enormous amount. Enormous potential. Shakespeare's output of poetry was enormous.
Scholarship.
A grant of financial aid for a student to further their education.
Examples:
Scholarship award, scholarship fund. She received a full scholarship to study abroad.
Eventually.
Finally, particularly after a long time or a lot of struggle, complications, and so on.
Examples:
Eventually become obsolete. Eventually succeed. The corporation eventually dominated the entire tobacco business.
Saint.
A person who is recognized as having an exceptional degree of holiness, virtue, or devotion.
Examples:
Saint statue. The departed saint. The faithful follower venerated the saint's relic.
Compose.
To write music, poetry, or formal writing, to constitute or make up a whole, or a specified part of it.
Examples:
Compose an essay. Compose my thoughts. The structure is composed of 3 main components.
Volume.
The amount of space occupied by an object or substance, the magnitude of sound.
Examples:
Volume of work. High volume. This container has a volume of 10 cubic meters.
Chant.
A simple melody or tune, typically one that is repeated or sung in a monotonous way. Verb, recite with musical intonation.
Examples:
Chant melodies. Chant in the chapel. The soccer game crowd broke into a chant of "Go, team, go."
Hymn.
A song of praise or worship, especially one in a religious service or ceremony.
Examples:
A sacred hymn. Hymn tune. The congregation sang the hymn during the service.
Worship.
To have or show a strong feeling of profound respect and admiration for a religious entity such as God or a god.
Examples:
Worship God. Absolutely worship. They traditionally worship their guru.
Celebrate.
To acknowledge a memorable or good day or event with a social gathering or enjoyable activity.
Examples:
Celebrate his election. Celebrate Christmas. He celebrated the 10th anniversary of his tenure.
Indigenous.
Someone or something that is native to or occurring naturally in a particular place.
Examples:
Indigenous crop. Indigenous peoples. The indigenous plants need to be pollinated by local insects.
Evolve.
To develop gradually, or to cause the development of something or someone gradually.
Examples:
Evolve. Evolve over the past decade. Eyeless fish evolved in dark caves.
Pentatonic.
Relating to or based on a musical scale consisting of 5 notes, often associated with traditional folk music and widely used in various cultures around the world.
Examples:
pentatonic guitar solo. Play pentatonic notes. The musician played a beautiful melody using a pentatonic scale.
Mod.
A modification or alteration, typically one made to improve something or increase its functionality. A British teenager or young adult in the 1960s, noted for their close consciousness and opposition to the rockers.
Examples:
mod culture. A house with mod cons. The mod for the video game added new features and improved gameplay.
Thrive.
To grow vigorously, to make steady progress.
Examples:
thrive in a society. Thrive on pressure. Without investment, a business cannot thrive.
Historic.
Famous or significant in history, or potentially so.
Examples:
historic accomplishment. Achieve the historic feat. The Chinese people have accomplished several historic feats.
Instrument.
An object used to make musical sounds, such as a piano, guitar, or drum, a tool or device used for a specific activity, particularly in specialist or scientific work.
Examples:
musical instruments. Surgical instruments. This electronic instrument is required to undergo periodic inspections to ensure precision.
Environment.
The natural world such as air, water, and land in which humans, animals, and plants live.
Examples:
environment affairs. Chaotic environment. Every human is responsible for taking care of the Earth's environment.
Insect.
Any small creature that has 6 legs and a body divided into 3 sections.
Examples:
insect antenna. Insect biology. These insects are more prevalent above a certain latitude.
Medium.
Of a size, amount, or level that is average or intermediate. Noun, a means or instrumentality for storing or communicating information.
Examples:
medium color. An advertising medium. The medium-sized shirt fits him perfectly.
Frequency.
An ordered array of colors into which a light beam can be split.
Examples:
frequency band. High frequency. The oscillator hunts for the correct frequency.
Symphony.
A long musical composition in Western classical music for orchestra, usually with 3 or 4 main parts called movements.
Examples:
a symphony orchestra. A beautiful symphony. The frequent performances of the symphony prove its popularity.
Countless.
Too numerous to be counted or very many.
Examples:
Countless hours. Answer countless questions. There are countless methods for dealing with stress.
Communicate.
To share or exchange information with others by speaking, writing, moving your body, or using other signals.
Examples:
Communicate his anxieties to the psychiatrist. Communicate well with my advisor. Dolphins use sound to communicate with each other.
Vary.
To become different in terms of size, shape, etc.
Examples:
Vary according to the age. Vary directly with the price. Maximum heart rates vary a lot for each individual.
Degree.
A unit of measurement for angles, temperature, or level of proficiency or achievement, a rank or level of academic or professional attainment.
Examples:
Bachelor's degree. Degree centigrade. She received her degree in psychology from the university.
Mandarin.
An influential and high-ranking official, notably in the civil service, the branch of Chinese, which is the official language of China.
Examples:
Ancient Mandarin house. Mandarin Chinese. Mandarin dialects typically have relatively few vowels.
Shift.
A slight transition in position, direction, or trend.
Examples:
Doppler shift. Major paradigm shift. Could you help me shift some furniture?
Melodic.
Having a pleasant or harmonious sound, especially in relation to music.
Examples:
Melodic scale. Transcribe melodic patterns. She played a melodic piece on the piano.
Inflection.
A change in the pitch or tone of one's voice, a change in the form of a word to indicate tense, mood, gender, or other grammatical categories.
Examples:
Inflection in voice. Inflection pattern. The linguist studied the inflection of the language's inflection in speech.
Phonetic.
Of or relating to speech sounds, or scientific study of speech sound.
Examples:
Phonetic spelling. Phonetic sounds. A phonetic symbol for each word is listed before the definition.
Syllable.
A single unit of spoken language, more significant than a phoneme containing a vowel sound and usually one or more consonants.
Examples:
Syllable structure. Single syllable. Emphasize the second syllable when pronouncing it.
Entirely.
Completely.
Examples:
Entirely satisfied with the meal. He was entirely to blame. Later, his claim was found to be entirely false.
Imply.
To indicate the truth or existence of something without referring to it.
Examples:
Imply a strong correlation. Imply the presence of alien. The salespeople speak in technical terms to imply that they are more knowledgeable than the customer.
Depth.
The distance between the top and bottom of something, between the top surface and a distance below it.
Examples:
Depth camera. The depth of the water. The pond's depth was around 5 feet.
Poetics.
The study or practice of literary composition, including the use of language, imagery, and other creative elements to create works of poetry or literature.
Examples:
Intertextual poetics. Poetics of cinema. The poet's use of poetics captured the essence of the human condition.
Entendre.
Also entente, a word or expression that has a double meaning, often one that is sexual or suggestive.
Examples:
Humorous entendre. Unintended entendre. The double entendre in the comedian's joke had the audience laughing.
Wax.
A substance that is solid at room temperature but becomes softer and more pliable when heated, often used in the production of candles, polishes, and cosmetics. Verb, to become large.
Examples:
Wax finish. Wax and wane. He sealed the letter with a wax seal.
Humor.
The quality of being amusing or funny, the liquid parts of the body.
Examples:
Sardonic humor. Vitreous humor. My wife seems to be in ill humor.
Proverb.
A short saying that expresses a truth or gives advice based on practical experience.
Examples:
A hackneyed proverb. Ancient proverb. The famous proverb "actions speak louder than words" reminds us to focus on deeds instead of words.
Illuminate.
To light something or to make something lighter or brighter, to make something free from confusion or ambiguity.
Examples:
Illuminate a dark hall. Illuminate my understanding. That biologist illuminated the mechanism of heredity.
Wisdom.
The quality of being wise, or the ability to use your knowledge and experience to make sensible decisions.
Examples:
A fountain of wisdom. Wisdom literature. The community greatly respected and sought after the older adult's wisdom.
Folly.
A lack of good sense or judgment, foolishness or absurdity, specifically a costly, useless, or pointless building or project that has been created or undertaken for no practical purpose or benefit.
Examples:
Economic folly. Act of folly. It was folly for the hiker to climb the dangerous mountain alone.
Distill.
To purify or refine, to extract the essential elements.
Examples:
Distill a liquid. Distill information. She decided to distill her thoughts into a more manageable list.
Emphatic.
Expressing something forcibly and clearly, done or said with emphasis.
Examples:
Emphatic victory. Emphatic tone. The coach was emphatic in his instructions to the players before the big game.
Highlight.
To make something prominent, mainly so that people give it more attention.
Examples:
Highlight a string in red. Highlight an important difference. The introduction highlighted the speaker's distinguished career as a consultant.
Underline.
To draw a line or lines underneath something, typically to emphasize or draw attention to it.
Examples:
Underline the vision. Underline the key points. He underlined the important points in the document.
Chuckle.
A soft, partly suppressed laugh, an act of laughing quietly. Verb, to laugh quietly or softly, often in a suppressed or restrained way.
Examples:
Chuckle at my cat's silly antics. Stifled chuckle. I couldn't help but let out a little chuckle when I saw the silly photo my friend had sent me.
Melody.
A succession of musical tones forming part of a larger piece of music.
Examples:
A simple melody. The melody of a tune. This harmonious melody immortalized its composer.
Dip.
To put something into a liquid for a short time and take it out again.
Examples:
Dip a pen in ink. Dip a chip in the sauce. Please dip up a bucket full of water from the well.
Phrase.
A group of words that mean something specific when used together.
Examples:
Ready-made phrases. Noun phrase. We bought a Spanish phrase book.
Affirmation.
A statement declaring something to be true strongly.
Examples:
Self-affirmation. Statement of affirmation. The affirmation from her boss gave her the confidence she needed to move forward with her project.
Roll.
To move in a particular direction by turning over and over or from side to side.
Examples:
Roll a ball. Roll down his cheeks. He was exhausted and rolled into bed as soon as he got home.
Composition.
The different parts of something's elements or ingredients, the way in which the different components are organized, a piece of music written by someone.
Examples:
Age composition of the population. The piano passages in the composition. Their innovative concepts were consistent across their bodies of composition.
Bass.
The lowest part in polyphonic music, a type of fish belonging to the large order Perciformes, or perch-like fishes.
Examples:
Bass guitar. Bass fisherman. The bass in the music was so deep that it vibrated the floor.
Intimate.
Having a very close friendship, personal.
Examples:
My intimate affairs. Intimate relationship. He has an intimate knowledge of American history.
Awash.
Flooded or overflowing with water, typically suddenly or unexpectedly, abundant or prevalent to the extent of being overwhelming or excessive.
Examples:
Awash with cash. Awash in debt. The beach was awash with seaweed after the storm.
Fin.
A thin flat part on the body of a fish or other aquatic animal used for propulsion or balance.
Examples:
Back fin. A fin of a plane. The shark's powerful fins allowed it to swim at high speeds.
Statistics.
The discipline that concerns the collection, organization, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of data.
Examples:
Statistics for cancer. Official statistics. The statistics demonstrate that poverty and unemployment are genuine problems.
Seminal.
Highly original, influential, or innovative, containing the seeds or beginnings of future development or growth, of medicine, of or relating to semen or the male reproductive system.
Examples:
Seminal research. Seminal duct. The book was a seminal work in psychology, influencing generations of researchers.
Avant-garde.
Relating to or characteristic of experimental or innovative ideas, especially in the arts, culture, or politics, pushing boundaries and challenging established norms and traditions.
Examples:
Avant-garde art. Avant-garde music. The artist's avant-garde approach to sculpture challenged conventional ideas of art.
Cage.
A structure made of metal bars or wire in which birds or animals can be kept.
Examples:
An insect cage. A bird in a cage. The trapped bear is running amok in its cage.
Combination.
A collection of things that have been combined, an assemblage of separate parts or qualities.
Examples:
Genic combinations. Combination number. The combination to the safe was a secret.
Invite.
To ask someone to come or join, to offer an opportunity or possibility for something to happen or take place.
Examples:
Invite guests. Invite criticism. We want to invite you to our annual charity event.
Modern.
Of or belonging to the present time or recent times.
Examples:
Modern poetry. Pre-modern agricultural society. Their headquarters are in a modern skyscraper.
Enrage.
To make someone extremely angry.
Examples:
Enrage the international community. Enrage critics. The news of the betrayal enraged him.
Enrapture.
To captivate or enthrall someone completely, to fill someone with delight or pleasure.
Examples:
Enrapture the heart. Enrapture with beauty. The singer's performance enraptured the audience, leaving them cheering for more.
String.
Long, thin material used for tying things together, composed of several twisted threads.
Examples:
Retie the string and make it strong. Tense piano strings. She wore a string of pearls around her neck.
Pluck.
To pull or draw something, especially with sudden force or effort, to strip of feathers.
Examples:
Pluck a gray hair. Pluck out weeds. She plucked the flowers off the bush.
Sneeze.
To make a sudden, involuntary expulsion of air from the nose and mouth, usually due to irritation caused by the presence of dust, pollen, or other irritants.
Examples:
Sneeze into my hand. Sneeze loudly. Whenever I get a cold, I tend to sneeze a lot.
Cough.
To expel air from the lungs suddenly and noisily, often as a reaction to irritation, illness, or some other physical condition. Noun, a sudden, forceful expulsion of air from the lungs, often accompanied by a distinctive sound.
Examples:
Cough several times. Persistent cough. I can't stop coughing and think I might have caught a cold.
Sigh.
To emit a deep, audible breath or sound, often expressing feelings of tiredness, frustration, or relief. To express longing, wish, or regret. Noun, the act of exhaling audibly in a long, deep, and often melancholy way.
Examples:
sigh deeply, let out a sigh. He sighed in relief when he finally found his lost keys.
Rustle.
To make a soft, crackling sound, like the sound caused by the movement of dry leaves or paper. To move quietly or furtively to avoid being heard or noticed.
Examples:
rustle up a meal, rustle paper. The leaves rustled in the wind, creating a peaceful sound in the forest.
Whisper.
To speak very quietly to somebody using the breath rather than the voice so that only those close to you can hear you.
Examples:
answer in a whisper, the whisper of the leaves. He took me aside and whispered in my ear.
Expand.
To increase or to make something greater in size, number, or importance.
Examples:
expand a lineup, expand agricultural output. They hope to expand their business worldwide.
Contract.
A legally binding agreement between two or more parties, setting out their rights and obligations to each other, typically in writing and enforceable by law.
Examples:
employment contract, contract law. The company signed a contract with the supplier for the delivery of goods.
Creak.
To make a high-pitched, sharp, and screeching sound, especially made when you step on the door, floorboard, etc.
Examples:
begin to creak, shoes creak. The door creaked when I opened it slowly.
Groan.
To make a low, moaning sound, often indicating pain, discomfort, or dissatisfaction.
Examples:
groan in pain, groan for water. The sight of the huge pile of laundry made me groan with dread.
Clank.
To produce a loud, echoing, metallic sound, often caused by the collision of metal objects or machinery. To move or operate with a heavy, clanging sound. Noun, a sharp, metallic sound that is typically produced when two hard objects strike or collide with each other.
Examples:
clank my spoon against the glass. Clank of metal. He dropped the empty can, and it clanked loudly as it hit the garage's concrete floor.
Contribute.
To give something, especially money or goods, to provide or achieve something together with other people.
Examples:
contribute a large sum of money to the fund. Contribute to society. Government workers cannot contribute to political campaigns.
Controversial.
Causing a lot of hot public discussion and dispute.
Examples:
controversial book. Controversial policy. The issue of the death penalty is highly controversial.
Heartbeat.
The regular movement or sound of the heart as it sends blood around the body, an animating or vital unifying force.
Examples:
Heartbeat abnormality. A pounding heartbeat. New York is the commercial heartbeat of America.
Immerse.
To become fully involved in a particular activity, to dip or submerge in a liquid, especially so that they or it are entirely covered.
Examples:
Immerse the cloth in the dye. Completely immerse the ingredient. He immersed himself in his research.
Remix.
To compose a piece of media that has been altered or contorted from its original state by adding, removing, or changing elements of the item.
Examples:
Remix a couple of tracks. Remix the album. He remixed the tracks to give them a jazz feel.
Stove.
A kitchen appliance consisting of a flat top, usually with heating elements, used for cooking food.
Examples:
Stovetop. Hot stove. I made dinner on the stove using a pot and a pan.
Lentil.
A small, flat, round legume that is cooked and often used in soups, stews, salads, and other dishes, and which is a good source of protein, iron, and other nutrients.
Examples:
Lentil soup. Lentil salad. I made a hearty stew for dinner tonight with lentils, vegetables, and spices.
Stir.
To mix a liquid or substance by using a spoon or something similar. To cause to be agitated, excited, or roused.
Examples:
Stir a sauce. Stir up controversy. Topics related to that war may stir up a political hornet's nest.
Lift.
To raise something to a higher position or level. To pick up something or somebody and move them to a different position.
Examples:
Lift sagging skin. Lift a ban on alcohol. The drought lifted the prices of grain globally.
Lid.
A removable or hinged cover for the top of a container.
Examples:
Container lid. The lid of a box. He opened the lid of the jar to reveal the contents inside.
Weird.
Extraordinary, unexpected, or difficult to explain.
Examples:
A weird dress. The state of being weird. My computer has been acting weird recently.
Hightail.
To move, run, or flee at high speed or with great urgency. To depart quickly or suddenly from a place or situation.
Examples:
Hightail out of the park. Hightail back to our campsite. We'll miss our flight if we don't hightail it to the airport right now.
Backyard.
A whole space behind and belonging to a house.
Examples:
Play in the backyard. Backyard barbecue. He grows vegetables in his backyard.
Studio.
A room or building where creative or artistic work is produced, a television or radio production company.
Examples:
A photo studio. Music studio. She works at a recording studio in Los Angeles.
Instruct.
To teach someone practical skills or knowledge, to formally order or tell someone to do something.
Examples:
Instruct a student. Instruct a computer. The facility manager instructed the security guards to be on high alert.
Fertile.
Capable of producing abundant vegetation or crops, intellectually productive.
Examples:
Fertile ground. Fertile market. Herbs require fertile soil in a sunny, sheltered location.
Surgeon.
A doctor who is trained to perform medical operations that involve cutting open a person's body.
Examples:
An excellent brain surgeon. Army surgeon. He is a skilled surgeon that has many years of training and experience.
Limb.
An arm and leg of a person or animal.
Examples:
A prosthetic limb. Limb amputation. You should wrap the bandage carefully and firmly around the injured limb.
Auditory.
Of or relating to hearing or the ability to hear.
Examples:
A good auditory memory. Auditory system. The auditory nerve carries sound signals from the ear to the brain.
Complexity.
The state or quality of being complicated or intricate and difficult to understand.
Examples:
Cognitive complexity. Complexity theory. The project's complexity made it difficult for the team to complete it on time.
Desert.
Arid land with little or no vegetation, often covered with sand or rocks.
Examples:
Desert basin. Oasis in the desert. This region is predominantly desert.
Permanent.
Lasting for a long time without essential change.
Examples:
Literature of permanent value. Permanent life insurance. She is searching for a permanent residence.
Oasis.
A fertile land in a desert or semi-desert environment where there is water and therefore plants and trees, and sometimes a village or town.
Examples:
Tropical oasis. The oasis supplied water for early farms until the modern age.
Marvelous.
Causing wonder or astonishment, excellent.
Examples:
Marvelous performance. Marvelous power. The view from the top of the mountain was marvelous.
Soundtrack.
The recorded audio that accompanies a movie, television program, or video game.
Examples:
Soundtrack album. A motion picture with a soundtrack. The soundtrack to the movie was composed by a famous musician.
Trace.
To find or discover someone or something that was lost.
Examples:
Trace a telephone call. Trace back to medieval times. Let's trace the origins of some familiar foreign words.
Belong.
To be the property of someone or something. To be a member or part of a group. To be in the proper or appropriate place.
Examples:
Belong to different species. Belong to a group. All the books in this section belong to the library's rare collection and must be handled carefully.
Percussion.
The section of an orchestra or band that plays instruments such as drums, cymbals, and tambourines. The action of striking something to produce a sound.
Examples:
Percussion instrument. Chest percussion. The percussion section is an essential part of the band's sound.
Tire.
To become weary or fatigued, often due to physical or mental exertion. To cause someone to feel weary or fatigued. Noun, a rubber covering that is placed around the rim of a wheel, which provides traction and absorbs shock while driving.
Examples:
Tire my patience. Tire pressure. I need to tire out my dog with a long walk so that he will sleep through the night.
Groove.
A long, narrow cut or depression in a hard material or surface, a particular style of popular music characterized by a strong and repetitive rhythm.
Examples:
Groove on the dance floor. Get into the groove. The band played a smooth groove that got everyone dancing.
Freeway.
A major highway designed for high-speed traffic, with no stoplights or grade crossings, and having interchanges or access roads to other highways.
Examples:
Freeway exit. Expanded freeway. We got stuck in a traffic jam on the freeway for over an hour.
Dawn.
The time of day when the sun's light starts to show in the sky.
Examples:
The wan light of dawn. Crack of dawn. Missile assaults on the capital continued around dawn.
Dusk.
The period of the day just before nightfall, when the light begins to fade, the darker part of twilight.
Examples:
Dusk sky. Dusk falls. The sky turned a beautiful orange hue at dusk.
Avian.
Relating to or characteristic of birds.
Examples:
Avian influenza. Avian habitat. The expert on avian species studied the behavior of different types of birds.
Orchestra.
A large group of musicians who play classical music together, usually with instruments such as strings, woodwinds, brass, and percussion.
Examples:
Full orchestra. Orchestra conductor. The accomplished orchestra will give 2 more performances this week.
Lilt.
A light, rhythmic, or cheerful manner of speaking or singing, a gentle or lively musical rhythm or melody.
Examples:
Musical lilt. Lilt in her voice. The little girl skipped down the street with a joyful lilt.